Hi, Martin again.
Hi, Elizabeth again. And today's Q&A comes to us from a number of different people who we've worked with in the past. And they've said to us that the leadership tools and techniques we've shared with them have been brilliant and they've really wanted to put them into practice. But they've found when they go back to the workplace that they end up just doing things the way they always did them before. So in essence, the question they're asking us is, how do we make things a habit? How do we make putting these things into practice sustainable?
And we guess the first thing to think about is actually how important is it to you? So if it's really important to you to make some of these things a habit, I'm more likely to put the effort and the time into making it happen. Think about some of those things that you've learned before, be it learning to drive a car or ride a bike or learning to swim. More likely than not, you decided that that was really important to you, so you really put the effort into making it happen. And it's exactly the same with some of the leadership tools. It's only with that time and effort that it's going to become a reality. And then funnily enough, after a period of time, those things just become habit and you don't even think about doing them. For those of you who learn how to drive, and you know we use this story quite a lot, how many of you these days think about, left foot down, gear, clutch, or do you just do it as a matter of course? And it's exactly the same with the leadership tools.
Yeah, now the other thing that we wanted to really share with you is there's a bit of science behind it actually, and it's about how the brain works. So we all have things that we do the same way every day. So we probably get dressed the same way, we might walk the same way to work every day. We probably do loads of different things that we don't realise that are habits. And imagine that those habits are really well-trodden pathways. So imagine you're in a forest, and that pathway, that habit that you have is a very well-trodden pathway. It's nicely clear, you can see right the way down the end of the path, you know what's there, it feels very comfortable and easy to walk. Now you want to learn something new, whether it be putting a new leadership tool into practice, and in that forest, that pathway is really overgrown, it's not well trodden, you don't know what's at the end of it, and it's going to be really difficult and take more time and effort to walk down that path. Now naturally our brain says, don't be daft, take the easy route, go down the well-trodden path, that's the thing to do. But you've got to teach your brain to say, no, I want to tread a new path. I want to make this one the well-trodden path. And that takes time and effort. And that goes back to what Martin's just said about, is it important enough to you to make it well-trodden?
Okay, so let's have a look at some of the things you can do. Tip number 1. Do one thing at a time. Don't try and master all of the leadership tools and techniques all in one go. Because if you do, you're going to fail. No one would say to you, you've got to learn how to drive, fly a plane, ride a bike and swim all at the same time. That would be crazy.
Crazy.
And that's exactly the same with the leadership tools. Get good at one thing. Work really hard. Put all of your time and effort into mastering one of the tools or one of the skills and then move on. And actually one of the things that can help you do that is about tip number 2. At the end of every day, take a step back and think about, right, so how many times today or how many opportunities did I have to try and put that leadership tool into practice? What opportunities did I take and how did they work? And potentially what opportunities did I miss? And why did I miss them? And just by taking that time to step back and have a reflect, you're already teaching your brain to walk that different path. And the more you do that, the more easy and comfortable it will become. And finally, tip number 3, and maybe the biggest one of all.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it sounds simple in theory, but actually in practice it's probably more difficult. And actually that tip is as simple as practice, practice, practice. Think about how, if you were learning to drive a car, how much practice you put in until it became a habit. Now you don't think about what it is you need to do, you just do it. But there was a time when you had to put loads and loads of practice in to making it the habit that it is today. And that, again, is exactly the same with each one of the leadership tools.
Yeah, I guess the thing, it really goes back to what we said at the beginning, because the practice is the big thing, really. If it's important enough to you, that will make all the difference. So you need to ask yourself that question first. Is this something I really want to do?
Okay, that's it for today. We hope you found today's leadership Q&A really useful, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, till next time. See you soon.